Sawadee Krap. The British Conservative Party conference is taking place this week in Manchester. On Monday, the Education Secretary Gillian Keegan, in a brazen bid for votes and punchy sound bites, told the conference that mobile phones could be completely banned from schools in England. Apparently, the Education Secretary believes mobile phones pose a serious challenge in terms of distraction, disruptive behaviour and bullying. It is one of the biggest issues children and teachers have to grapple with, so she will set out a way forward to empower teachers to ban mobile phones from classrooms. But there are two diametrically opposed sides to this issue. On the one hand, Unesco, the UN's Education, Science and Culture Agency, warned that there was evidence that excessive mobile phone use was linked to reduced educational performance and that high levels of screen time had a negative effect on children's emotional stability. Whilst on the other, the same organisation's Director General, Audrey Azoulay, has said the digital revolution holds immeasurable potential. It is worth noting that many educationalists are not in favour of a ban, as it avoids or misses the point in several areas. Firstly, cyberbullying does not happen for the majority during the school day. It is out of school that online bullying tends to take place. Secondly, banning phones at school just creates a false ivory tower environment, where it is easy to feel smug and say, it doesn't happen here, or between these hours, but that just hides and buries the issue of overuse and abuse, like prohibition, and pushes it into someone else's area of responsibility. And let's not forget that we are the educationalists. It is a school's job to educate and improve our students, not to merely brush it under the carpet. Thirdly, smartphones are an amazingly powerful tool, educationally and socially, and yes, their use needs managing and supervision, but to deny them to all of us, but especially the Gen Zs of this world, is to cut off a whole social and intellectual dimension. Social lives and interactions are no longer entirely experienced in the real world. They exist equally in the virtual world. And finally, adult hypocrisy. We use and rely on our phones to an enormous degree, and it is unfair of us to wag an accusatory finger at the younger generation, whilst at the same time hurriedly typing our next social media post with the remaining fingers. The UNESCO report said countries should have clear objectives and principles in place to ensure digital technology in education was beneficial and avoided harm. Very true, but do not ban their use, manage their use and educate our students how to use this amazing piece of technology reasonably, appropriately and in a measured manner. The occasional digital detox is great and really important, but it has to be the exception rather than the norm. Like a good spa day, it is the rarity of it that makes it effective and special. We cannot turn back time and hold back this tidal wave of tech and change. We need to manage our use and engagement. I've been reading an excellent and very interesting book on how Gen Z will change the future of business and what to do about it. It's called Zconomy. In the chapter, Life Through a 6.1-inch Screen, the authors write, for Gen Z, what an education actually is now up for debate. Learning is increasingly self-directed given their access to the world's knowledge, or at least the knowledge that's searchable by Google, YouTube and more. But Gen Z is certain of one thing, learning is now deeply integrated with their phones. And frankly, so is just about everything else. As Gen Z's younger set grows up, there is no question that they will expect all communication to be able to come through those small screens. Quite simply, they won't know any other way of life. We must educate rather than eliminate, and teach and learn how to harness the good in modern technology. I hope you have a lovely weekend. Kop kun krap.